Okay, so approximately 1 hour after the Calgary Flames 7-3 butt-kicking win over the Ottawa Senators, they had announced that they had relieved head coach Geoff Ward of his coaching duties and that they had brought in Darryl Sutter to take over. Well, the Claude Julien firing just over a week ago was kind of surprising, but not really surprising. This one comes as a surprise to me, not because Geoff Ward was doing such a stellar job with the Calgary Flames, just because, honestly, how often do you see a head coach get fired like after a 7-3 curb stomping of another team? And just an hour after the game too, they couldn't even wait till the morning, just let Geoff Ward celebrate a little bit that his team had a huge victory and, you know, go to bed and then sleep on that victory. But no, they have to fire him right away and they don't even let him enjoy it at all. Now they bring in Darryl Sutter, and this is an interesting hire to me. A familiar face in Darryl Sutter too, I might add, who brought the Calgary Flames to the Cup Finals in 2004, falling a game short in Game 7 to the Tampa Bay Lightning at that time. He did win 2 Stanley Cups with the LA Kings in 2012 and 2014. He took over mid-season in 2011, 2012 with the LA Kings. And Flames fans are hoping he can have the same result as he had when he took over mid-season then, just as he is now. And Calgary is kind of an odd bunch to me because they're not as good as people think they can be, but I don't think they're as bad as they've been playing, that's for sure. Does Darryl Sutter come in and improve this group? Yeah, I think he does. He's a good coach. He's shown he can be a good coach, and his teams are always hard to play against. They're good structured defensively. They're hard on the forecheck. They're just hard to play against in general. And for Sutter coming in now, I don't think he's going to make this team a top team in the league. For me, Calgary is kind of a wild card playoff team. That's their full potential in my opinion. Well, they do have some skill on their team. They do kind of lack some depth. They're not one of the quickest teams in the league either as far as team speed goes. I know Calgary Flames fans are going to point to the 2011-12 Los Angeles Kings who finished 8th and say, look, he took an 8th place Kings team to winning the Stanley Cup that year. The reason why that Los Angeles team finished 8th was because they had massively underachieved for most of that year. They were just spiraling out of control in the wrong direction under their former head coach Terry Murray before they brought in Darryl Sutter. When Sutter came in, you know, it was a bit of a rocky start, but then they really righted the ship about mid-January or so, and they really started winning games. And that's how they just got in at 8th. And I think in the playoffs, they really showed their full potential under their head coach, Darryl Sutter, their new head coach at the time. And it really showed to everyone that, yeah, LA just underachieved for the majority of that season. I don't get that same feeling with the Calgary Flames. Like I said earlier, I don't think they're as bad as they've been playing, but they're not as good as people think they can be either. When they finished first in the West a couple of years ago, I think they overachieved personally, in my opinion. And along with those 2 Stanley Cups on his resume, he does have a pretty good regular season head coaching record as well, as he has 635 wins, 467 losses, 101 ties. Yes, those are ties. They'd have those back in the day. Darryl Sutter, that goes to show how long he's been around. 82 extra time losses and just under 1,300 games coached. So for Sutter, yes, great record. It's just tough to say what he's going to do with Calgary, though, at this point in time and how far he can take them. So let me know what all of you think in the comment section below about the Darryl Sutter hiring and the Geoff Ward firing. Let me know all that and more. I especially want to hear from you if you're a Flames fan, what you think about this and just how weird it is after a 7-3 win to see your head coach get fired. And what makes it even more strange to me is that they had a couple days off between their last game against Ottawa on Monday where they could have easily fired Ward. I would have thought, if anything, they would have fired him then, but they choose to do it now. So for me, it just begs the question, you know, at what point did they decide to fire this guy? Was it before last night's game? Was it, you know, during last night's game? Because I don't know, Calgary had a pretty dominating win, so it's not like there was problematic stuff going on in their game necessarily last night, but you know, they do decide to let him go for whatever reason. So let me know all that and more in the comments down below. Please like and subscribe and share this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.